This week, I know we've had 5 or 6. So it's rained like an inch to 2 inches each day. Oh, look at here, guys. This is what I'm talking about. This is just a great little creek to walk and look for evidence. I've seen some structures down here, a couple of bows. Seen. I've had quite a few. Had quite a few interesting rock placements. Y'all are going to get to see lots of mushrooms today. In case for those who have interest in mushrooms, I think they're amazing and they're delicious. Looking for prints, looking for any kind of fresh structures. I've got one spot in particular. I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time diligently searching this area where I'm standing now, simply because there's human footprints and traffic that come up through here. I know in the last 2 weeks there's not been a lot of activity. Last weekend, Bob and I were the only ones that came down here, and we squatched Friday night. The only thing that we had of any topic of conversation on was the orb that Bob saw. And I think honestly I was more excited about it than he was. but yeah, we did have a little something of interest happen last weekend. There is a spot, if I'm not mistaken. I'm trying to remember here. Did I cross there? No, I'm gonna scoot on down this way. Normally I'll turn left here and go up the hill a little bit, but today I'm gonna stay down here on this lower right hand side area that I don't come to very often. Mix it up a little bit. All right, I'm back with you. I just checked my microphone. For some reason, I've been having issues with my wireless mic. And, oh my gosh, electronics out in the woods, for you fellow researchers out there, know exactly what I'm talking about. You can get set up, check all your equipment, make sure your batteries are full, you got plenty of film, you got plenty of memory, you got plenty of space, and everything before you leave your house, before you go on an expedition or you go out looking for evidence. And I swear to you, if it could happen, it does happen, and it'll go wrong right about the time you're wanting to catch some really cool or interesting footage. Something is going to go awry. Your microphone's rubbing on your shirt the wrong way, and it sounds like irk, irk, irk every other step you take, which I've got several videos I shot like that. And one really good video with some good evidence in it. And it's just so annoying to watch that it's almost painful. The evidence is good, but the audio on it just keeps becoming an issue at times. I'm telling you, I feel like today might be a good day. We've got just enough moisture on the forest floor that if there is a spot that's not completely covered in leaves, I honestly think that we may be able to find a print today. Hopefully multiple prints. I've got my casting material with me. I got my dental stone. I got my water. I've got a mixing bag, a stick, da 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 da. If I have to, I'll use my belt as an outline to trace out the footprint and then pour the form. So I'm just hoping for the opportunity to use all that stuff today. I've got a spot in my study that I'm looking for a brand new, fresh 2024 print to hang on. It's funny how I went from deer hunting and wanting the racks and wanting the deer antlers and things like that. I mean, unless a monster came out, I'd just as soon watch the deer walk now. This has me more intrigued than deer hunting, quite honestly. Well, it has me more intrigued right now. I've deer hunted my whole life. So I'll probably never stop that. I enjoy it. But love this. Love this. This is so much more difficult than deer hunting. You guys have no idea. Oh my Lord. I got spider webs. God, that's annoying. Face first. Face first. All right. And we press on. I believe that today is the 14th or 15th of August, about 10:30 in the morning. Oh, not sure if the mic picked that up or not, but limb just fell on a tree about 50 yards away from me. It happens. Oh, there's a deer trail. It's hot. Look right here. I hope this camera will catch it. Then right through here. Fresh leaves being disturbed. Active footprints. It would appear that this deer coming right up through there. So if they're using that as a game trail just to come here to the creek, I'll make a mental note of that later on. Back down in Uwharrie. I grew up coming here. Used to camp out, fish, run four-wheelers on some of the off-road trails. It's a great place for that. It's an awesome place for that if you guys have never done it. And if you're if you want to do something that's expensive, you can bring your vehicle down here and put it on one of these off-road horses. But I can assure you, you're going to leave with an expense. Some of these trails in here are gnarly for a vehicle. It's so funny. I've walked this creek a dozen times, right? And every time I walk this creek, for some reason, this tree right here, just the fact that it's hollow, and it's so hollow. Look at that. You can see, I mean, it's nothing but maybe 6 inches of bark on the outside of it holding this tree. It is still alive. That's what amazes me. Look at the size of this guy. And it just goes and goes and goes. It's comfortably 90 to 100 feet, maybe even taller. And it's completely hollow in the middle. But it's still getting by. Still surviving. All right. I'm going to pick my head up a little bit and kind of scan out in front of me. Maybe there could be a bow or an arch, tree break, an X, something along those lines. That's deadfall there. Deadfall. I got to remember when I come back up to do not take this first creek coming in, but instead hang to the left side of the creek. I did that the last time. I came back up this creek and I took this little branch here that goes back up, and then I was hoping it would take me right back to the same place. Well, it doesn't. What this does is when you take this little artery of a creek and you follow it, it goes up kind of like on a more. It's more level, but when you get to the top of it or the end of it, you're on a hill. You are on a serious hill that you have to traverse down. I am not going back that direction. Too much extra walking for no result. I wanted to take the opportunity to thank everybody for watching our videos and tuning into our channel, liking, subscribing, following. Thanks to you guys, because we've now reached our first couple of little plateaus to cross over with YouTube. We've got our 1,000 subscribers. So thank you guys. Seriously, means a lot to us. Basically 12 years worth of work and dedications going into this channel for you guys. So it's not like we just jumped out here yesterday and dreamed up the idea to become squatchers. Thanks to Bob and Dwight and Tim Jerry. Uh, what a great group of guys. What a great group of guys. Very fortunate to be involved with them. I could do without these damn spider webs, though, I'm telling you. Looked down and thought that was a snake just out of my peripheral vision. More spider webs. Jiminy crickets. This is annoying. Well, we got a bow right here facing directly in front of me. Hoping you guys could see that. Let's see if it's natural or if it's we'll see if this guy's natural or if it grew like this or it got bent over by a tree or deadfall or the wind or heavy rains. All right. We need to take all this into consideration. Age of the tree, old. Is it dead? Yes. Is it down in the dirt? No. That has been bowed for quite a while. So I'm honestly not seeing a limb that would have influenced it to stay drooped down like that and hold that position. So we're going to call that a possible arch. But yeah, humidity is like 100% out here. It is, the air's thick, it's heavy. It's just kind of hard to breathe. Everything's damp. I need to do a little bit more scanning out in front of me before I start stepping forward. Now, here we go. Get my bearings. Yeah, I can hear the water from the big creek I'm just going to tell you right now, when you're down here in the woods like this and it's overcast, you can't help but feel like you're in Squatch territory. And I'm not sure if there's a certain criteria that works across the country, but down here in North Carolina, this is what we consider very squatchy. Very squatchy. The other thing is, I'm coming here purposely because back in the winter, Bob and I came down and we made a day trip, and we followed this basic pattern where we're heading to this morning, to a place that I named the Cereal Bowl. And we found some prints at that time that just absolutely had us second guessing everything. They weren't large, they were about 3.5 inches long, but they were done by something 3.5, 4 inches that had a little weight to it because it had pushed down into the leaf coverage, and it was making impressions. And it was not a deer, it was not deer prints, it wasn't anything like that. It wasn't your common animal. Uh, it wasn't your common North Carolina woodland animal in this area. That's all I can say. I'd never seen them before. Uh, and I'm not saying I'm a world expert at tracking. I'm not saying I'm an expert at anything. I'm just saying 60 years on this planet out in the woods, and I'd never witnessed it before. So could it have been from another type of small or cryptid animal? Absolutely. I think it could have. Should I'm not discarding the possibilities of anything. I would be I would consider myself very naive if I did that. I'd consider myself naive if I didn't keep my mind 100% open and thinking and trying to process while I'm out here. I'm not going to become pigeonholed or stuck in one certain way of viewing everything. And I know some people look at that and go, "Oh, well, he just doesn't know any better." No, I just know what works for me. This is what works for me. So the evidence is going to have to present itself, and my job is to notice it and bring it to y'all's attention. That's basically what I'm doing. Do I enjoy doing this? Absolutely. Do I want to get evidence every day I come out? Absolutely. Am I realistic and know that's not going to happen? Absolutely. So what I'm doing is I'm tracking back through here, and if you notice, oh, finally I got a little bit of skylight in this one area. At least I can show you what the woods or this creek bottom looks like. I do have my muck boots on just in case the snakes, and they are out right now. So I mean, look at this floor. You can't tell me that a water moccasin or a cottonmouth or a copperhead couldn't be just laying right there or there or there. we're just going to keep tracking back to the cereal bowl. I'm hoping to find some more prints similar to the ones Bob and I ran across. The only reason Bob and I didn't cast it that day is because it started raining. And I mean, it was raining incredibly hard. And that day, we were absolutely soaked. Everything was soaked. See, there's a disturbance right here. That's a deer. That's a deer print going sideways. I have to keep looking out ahead of me. I can't keep looking down. I may step over here to this creek just to see if there's anything. I don't see the water level of it anyway. This is the bigger creek. This is one of the reasons why I like walking down here, is because there is a nice little creek. And normally this water runs crystal clear, but we've had so much rain, as you can see, it's awfully muddy and it's red, because that's our soil type down here. Red clay, yellow clay, muddy water. And this would be a great place for a deer to bed. Right across that creek, I'll just hold it there. Big open field, and it's been clear cut years ago, and now it's got pines coming up in it. But that's a private property. It's leased to deer hunters. And this is kind of interesting. I don't know if it means anything or not, but you got these vines right here that appear to be pulled away from the tree. Almost like someone pulled them loose from the tree, like they were tugging on them. See how they're separated? Completely separate from the tree. Normally those vines are going to attach and wrap tightly around the tree, but all three of these are pulled away, kind of like a Tarzan rope. Do I consider that evidence? No. I consider that interesting. And we move on. And we move on. If you guys wouldn't mind, next time you watch one of our videos, down in the comments, Leave a suggestion on what you enjoy watching, what type of footage in the woods we're trying to create. And just in case you're wondering where we're at, right there. I'll be right back with you. I just dropped my backpack where I was at and happened to look down here at the creek. I wanted to, looks like there might be a possible cat print, maybe a cougar. Now, this is a deer print here. This was what I saw. And I still have to believe that's a deer print. I don't believe that's a mountain lion or a bobcat or a cougar. It's just a deer print. But thank goodness this water levels dropped down just a little bit. I love walking creeks. Absolutely love it. And I've walked through this stream before, and it is so slippery with all this moss. I mean, it's like ice skating on rocks. You honestly just, it's so hard to walk and traverse this. Plus, my audio's not even going to pick up worth of crap because I'm so close to the water. So I'm going to step away from that. That's just kind of odd looking. Any other interesting structures around? All right, I'm going to put my backpack back on. Now, this is very interesting. Someone made a campfire here. Now, I'm sure that was left over from a deer hunter or someone who just wanted to do some seriously remote camping. Ah, look what I found. Stick stuck in the dirt. So there was our fire area, not really a fire pit, but more of a fire area. All right, I'm gonna have to step away from this creek a little bit so my audio doesn't pick up all the running water. So the reason that I named this the cereal bowl, and I'm not there yet, but I'm on the way there, is that it's right at the very bottom of like 3 mountains, and there's just banks on basically all 4 sides of you, and you're just down in the flat. So if there was anything looking predator, if he was up on the side of the hills, you're basically lunch if he wanted to take you out, because he's got the high ground, and I say he, not everything's a he. So scratch that. They, let me change it to they have the upper hand. First time I'd heard a bird all morning. Right in through here. But this time, now that's a little firm. You're not going to get a good print off of that. But as you can see to my left, and I'm shooting to my left, this just goes straight up right here, and to my right, this is where that creek is, and we're going in this direction. So let's get, little trail is worn down though. Look at this. This is real easy to, if you wanted to just walk a game trail. There's intersecting game trails, just like right coming right through here. That's a game trail. And then where I'm walking on right now is a game trail. I'm probably, you see, I'm looking at this. Not really discernible. We just keep moving forward. Got some fresh colors. Deadfall. I told you you're going to get plenty of mushroom shots today, and here's another one. I could almost become bored with this. Now here, look, I just stepped another fire ring. Look right here. That's an old fire ring. Now, this is what I noticed. Man, I think I'm going to catch all the colors today on the mushrooms. Woohoo! Look at that vibrant orange. Now, see, I'm into a little bit of a sandy base here beside the. Hmm. Oh, yeah, I remember this. This is where the trees take like this weird change. I mean, just in 50 feet different. Look at how the terrain's changed. All these little squiggly trees, like mountain laurel, makes it feel squatchy. And that I know squatches love mountain laurel. Don't give me a hard time, guys, about me and my mushrooms. Please. I'm just trying to point out anything that I see. Okay, I just look here. That's a break. That was bent over by, yeah, branch is still alive, still green. Something bent that back. Could have been human. I got a break right here. All right, things are looking up. Y'all see? See what's going on with this guy. Look at this. This tree is still alive. That goes straight up the mountain right there. We are starting to step into the cereal bowl area I was telling you about, because this mountain right here, this hillside, is coming closer and closer to the creek. And I think I've got maybe another, I don't know, maybe a quarter mile that I can walk to get to the end of it, but we'll see. This has got me very puzzled of how this tree, is that a break? Well, it's got a break. It does have a break. And I don't know why, but for some reason, this just looks odd to me. This one white rock. Oh, it's not a rock. It's a turtle shell. Ha ha. Well, there you go. Nature's soup bowl. And that's an old guy right there, little box turtle. Down here in North Carolina, these start off in color of black and yellow, or black and like a yellow gold and orange. Beautiful turtles. Beautiful. We'll keep this little shell. And then I'm just checking this out here. Trying to check out like low areas that could contain a footprint. Beautiful. God, that's beautiful. Some people may not think so. I love it. I'm going to spend all day down here. But I do not want to go up those hills if I don't have to. And today I don't have to. Today I'm going to keep walking the creek. Well, right ahead of me, that could be deadfall. Could very well be deadfall. I'm looking for impressions, especially like if there's an area that's got fern or moss on it, I'm going to look for like just an impression down in the moss for a footprint. But also, if I find anything if I found a good cougar mountain lion print. See, now here's one here's a mushroom that's already been disturbed. Yeah, it's just laying there on the top. See what else is going on right here in this area. Has a few little things going for it. Nothing that just jumps out at you, but two of these mushrooms. And I could cover just about every color in a Crayola crayon container with the mushrooms out this morning. All right, I'm gonna document that as a tree break. It's an older one. It was done, but the tree's still living. Yeah, see that? That was just bent. There's no cut. That's a forced break. In my opinion, that's a forced break. I'm gonna call it a tree break. On one of the other trails out here, Bob and I, we walked about a 4 mile track down through the woods in one direction. We ran across probably the best X that I've ever seen for me personally. My best X was out here at Uwharrie, and that happened back this winter. But it was a perfect X. So I'm gonna pull that. Step back up here another 20-30 yards. There's nothing better than getting a face full of spiders. Big old nasty hairy black ones too. They're aggressive when they get on you too. They'll just travel. It doesn't matter. They just start running. So you walk through one of these spider webs, you got activity. You have definitely got activity. Mushrooms, mushrooms, mushrooms. Uh-huh. Now you can kind of see what I was talking about earlier by here in this area where the hillside is of the mountain. It basically just kind of runs right into the edge of the creek up here. So this is, I'm going to try to push forward a little bit more, but I believe this may be the end of the, I don't know, it could be the end of the cereal bowl. But this is a well-used game trail right here. I'm going to be quiet for just a little bit so that I can concentrate on what I'm looking for. Let's just travel in silence. More spider webs. She's getting thick in here now, guys. This is where I remembered coming to, and it just kind of chokes up. So too thick to walk through there. Maybe what I'm going to do is concentrate my efforts on this hillside. Something stepped there. So I'm going to walk on this side of the hill. Oh, that water is so loud. I can't hear very well down here. Like I couldn't hear if something was walking around me. Part of the reason why I call it a cereal bowl. And we press on. Getting steep. I'm going to go up here to this log. I think this would be a good area right here on this log to just sit, wait, and listen. Now I'm on top of the hill. That's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm just going to sit here, chill out, and listen for a little bit. Be right back with you. Sorry about that. I'm up here on the top of the hill. Well, not the very top, but about, I don't know, about 75 yards up the hill here at the cereal bowl. And what I did was I found me a log that I'm just sitting on. So now I thought I'd pull a role reversal and I'd take the higher ground and sit here for a little bit and see if anything walks down here at the bottom of this creek. I don't know. Wish me luck. I'll let you guys know if I hear something. I'll start back recording again. All right, we're back. Here I'm on the edge of the hillside at the area I refer to as the cereal bowl. I sat here and remained perfectly motionless for about maybe 1 hour, hoping to catch a little bit of activity down here, but unfortunately I didn't have any. Nothing walked, no birds chirped, no squirrels, no nothing. Saturday morning, everybody I guess is sleeping in. So we're going to continue our walk. Let's see, I'm right at now 1:30 in the afternoon. So I've been out here for close to 3 hours. See what else we can get into. Just go straight up the hill. It started raining on me. So I'm hoping that this little bit of drizzle stops. And this is a game trail and a half right through here. All right. I don't have to worry about too many people coming out here today, not with this rain. Only us diehards do this. I'm sure we're going to find something else. Plenty of opportunities here. Huh. Man, this place is beat down. But it's not really eat up with deer tracks, which has me a little bit puzzled. Maybe raccoons, maybe some of the other forest creatures. Here's a little word of advice to anybody going out. If you're frequenting the same location on a lot of your hikes, there's to me, there's a negative and a positive to that. The negative is you can actually deter creatures from coming in the area, and at the same time, you could possibly awaken their curiosity and have them wanting to expect to see another visit from you. I don't know which one's correct yet. I guess time will tell which is the best way of proving that as factual or not. I'm not certain. All I know is, God Almighty, more freaking spider webs everywhere. Golly, can't even walk. Making it hard to walk. Cut it through here. Looks like like a good area. Could provide a track. Yeah, that could provide a track. I'm gonna get right down here in the muck. I'm not 100% sure if they have wild hogs down here. I don't think they do. I have yet to see any prints of a wild hog. I could be wrong. I'm just saying from what I've looked at, from what evidence I've seen so far, I haven't really seen anything. See, I'm gonna cut over to here. More spider webs. More spider webs. More spider webs. Spider webs, ticks, and chiggers. Damn. I hate it when these spiders get all over me. That's just annoying. Very annoying. All right, so there's that big tree. I kind of use that as a landmark. Because a lot of times when I get to that area right there, I need to start going to my right. I'm pretty sure I'm going in the right direction. No guarantee, but I'm just going by what feels right. That's pretty cool. Alrighty. Yeah, I'd say it's squatchy. A little bit intimidating if you're not used to the woods. Lots of ferns right here. Lots of ferns, lots of moisture right in this area. Look at all these beautiful ferns. Gorgeous. Huh. You know, the funny thing is, I've been down, like I say, I've been down this creek probably close to a dozen times. I have never seen anyone, no human out here. I'm not saying that they don't come out here, because I'm sure that they do. I'm just saying I never see them. I never see anyone. And that's just weird. I mean, I understand it's a primitive campsite area. It's the easiest way to access this place. And maybe that's part of it. Maybe a lot of people just think, oh, primitive campsite area, there's nothing going to be there of any interest. But this is a hot spot in North Carolina. At least it's one of our hot spots. We'll be pulling evidence out of here. We'll be pulling it out for you guys to see. It's just got to reveal itself. It has been, I don't know, it had to have been the hottest summer on record here in North Carolina. We've had just days and days and days of 100-degree weather. And then the feels like got up to like 115. There's that same hole in the tree. So as you can see, I'm not lost. I am going in the right direction. If it wasn't raining, I was going to go a different direction, but I don't know how much recording time I'm going to have, or if this is going to get heavier. And the odd thing is, just like everything in North Carolina, they say chance of afternoon showers. But if you look at a map, 0% chance of precipitation, nothing on the radar, and then it rains every freaking day. Yeah, it rains almost every day around here. That's all right. We need rain. Ferns need rain. Frogs need rain. Squatches need rain. Keeps everything bumping and grinding. You just really have to watch where you're stepping. These old stop holes, you will wind up breaking an ankle, falling down, twisting an ankle. And it looks like you're just walking on the leaves. The next thing you know, you just went down 2 feet deep. I'll see if I can locate it. But I had one spot, I don't know what it was, maybe 2.5 months ago. I had come down here and noticed that that there was a couple of white flint rock and they looked oddly stacked together. And I lifted one of them, well, actually both of them up, and there was fresh leaves under it, similar to this. We'll just check this. Not fresh, however. That one hasn't been moved in a while, but I saw several that have been turned over. I found numerous stones that have been turned over or flipped down here. I'll see if I can't come upon my old spot where I put those stones at, because I put them in a specific order. I stacked 3 of them almost touching each other, like to make a straight line. I'm trying to put my stone structures or things like that in I want to start using a number 3 sequence where I put 3 of this or 3 of that, or 2 in one spot and 1 right beside of it. Okay, so this was here's 1 stone, there's 2, and there's 3. And when I had these guys, see, look, that's freshly moved. That came from right there. That's fresh. It was right there. This is compacted, but that's where that one was at, and that one's down in the water now. Okay, so that's I'm not saying but we're going to put it back the way I had it. There's a 3 pattern. So I'm going to leave that right there. And I've got it going right beside this downed log. And I am right here at the fork of the two little streams. This is my main stream coming in to my left, and then this was my stream coming in to the right. And I am not taking this direction back to my campsite. I'm taking this direction, and we'll see where this leads us. Should be okay. Yeah, I see somebody's flagged this right here a long time ago, and it looks like they crossed right through there. I think I pointed that out on my walk in. So I'm going to be heading up to my vehicle now. I'm not far away, maybe 100 yards total. And we're going to head to a different location. I'm going to try a different spot. So I'll get back with you guys.